welcome inside SportsCentre. You know Kara Wagland. I'm Lindsay Hamilton. Let's get to Thursday Night Football. And I am not going to lie, things I did not have on my bingo card were the Dolphins and Bills tied up in the fourth. Bills 2-0. Dolphins 0-2. Mike McDaniel's job on the line. The Bills weren't expected to just win, Wags. They were expected to dominate, and this was a much tighter contest than we expected.
Yeah, they were 11.5-point favorites coming into this one. A lot of people didn't see it as being close, but the Bills were a little banged up. No Ed Oliver, no Matt Milano heading into this one. Tua has not been great in Buffalo, though. I mean, the Miami Dolphins haven't been great overall so far this year, but 1-8 in Buffalo, and Tua had some very high praise for Josh Allen ahead of this one. Luke and Davis now, and guys, the Bills, they improved to 3-0. A lot closer than I think many people would have expected. So, Luke, any concern at all for what you saw today from the Bills?
0% for me, Kara. Listen, at the end of the day, on defense, you're going to feel that. So, again, I don't want anyone to overact. You got a 10-point win on a Thursday. You got to feel pretty good about it.
Seems that's logical. I mean, I get it. I'm with you. I felt like there were some guys that
to this season. Tua Tagovailoa had some very interesting comments we heard earlier in the show, earlier this week, where he kind of showed a lack of confidence in himself while trying to give props to Josh Allen. Do you think at this point in his career, we're going to see Tua reach the point of an elite quarterback in the NFL?
I definitely do not. Or even trending that way.
They don't threaten a secondary at all. You're right. They don't stretch the field at all. At least you don't feel a vertical threat with those guys. And even the routes they did get to Tyreek and Waddle, they were like horizontal routes. They weren't getting the ball down the field.
You pointed it out in your roll-ins here. I often feel like he doesn't have the vision to see the entire field a lot of the time when he's going through his progressions. But Mike McDaniel, his seat is starting to get really hot. They're now 0-3, the Miami Dolphins. Did they do enough, even though they lost this game, to get a stay of execution for Mike McDaniel for now?
Yeah, because Mike McDaniel's...
He's trying to deal with a lot of personalities as well. And Tyreek Hill, traded, not traded, all the stuff going on with him. Tua, is he getting along with Tyreek? A lot going on for Mike McDaniel. The Dolphins, they do lose 10 straight games in Buffalo now, while the Buffalo Bills are now an NFL best 26-6 in divisional games since 2020. We got a lot more football coming your way. We got the Chiefs. All right, let's get to the dub now. And we had a couple of game threes in the WNBA playoffs, some tasty matchups. First up, we had the Storm and Aces. Aces have been so dominant this entire season. You got to give credit to Seattle for, no pun intended, storming back in game 2 to finally put an end to their 17-game win streak. Interesting to see what happens in this one.
Absolutely. And then, of course, you have A'ja Wilson, who could become the league's first 4-time MVP. She absolutely went off.
I don't know where it came from, but the report is that Kirill Kaprizov turned down a record-setting 8-year, $128 million extension from the Minnesota Wild last week as Kaprizov enters into the final year of his contract. Pierre LeBrun said earlier this week the team is growing frustrated with the talks they've had with Kaprizov's agent. Well, GM Bill Guerin and Kaprizov both spoke about the negotiations Thursday. Time once again for the best from around the sporting world on Thursday, and Erling Haaland doing more Erling Haaland things, reaching milestones, doing it in style. I mean, the numbers that he has put up in Champions League are just unbelievable.
The fastest to 50 goals in Champions League history. Put this into a couple legends calling it quits. So had his family there too.
That was really sweet. Yeah, we're saying goodbye to Clayton Kershaw, Anze Kopitar, and can we put a pin on not asking Sid or Connor about their situations for a while?